Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. Hope everyone's having just as deadly of a day as I am here today up in the bush. It's just a real beauty of a day. I've been working on some things I've been meaning to do for a while, and I can't wait to show you here. So anyway, let's get right at her, guys. I am excited. See here, we've only got like maybe one or two good rains all year this year. It's really dry, and I had a feeling like we've had some really good, lots of rain last few years. There's so much water. I knew she would eventually dry up a bit, but you see it's quite smoky here. The smoke blows in here bad. Yeah, you can see here it's actually better today. It's been like this quite a few days now, but it blows in bad from all the wildfire. It's just really dry. It's not terrible risk around here. The bush is not in a very mature state. It's not in a vulnerable state. It's actually not too bad around here. Here I washed the 12 valve. That don't happen too often, I'll tell you that. You know, I'm up in the bush. Having a clean vehicle is a lot like having a nice car. It just don't fucking matter. It's got no utility to me. Anyway, I washed her up just for shits. It's at least been 1 year, maybe 2. See my chickens, got them over there. I got these ones outside, my fancy chickens here, guys, and they're doing just awesome. They are loving being outside too. They're very pretty, lots of energy. They fly around here, and you see here is my boss rooster. He's keeping everybody tuned in. I'm glad to see I got a bit of a boss rooster. There's this guy over here in the corner, figures he's top shit. The ram charger, you know, she's awaiting quite a few things I got ready there for in the shop. She's just a beauty. Got some things ready to go on her, but I'm not going to start that just yet. I actually got to prioritize my projects here a little bit. I got some important stuff to get done here. Now, here's the big thing, guys. Like, I've been driving over, like, this is unbroke country, and it was so wet. My road was just underwater half the time, so I really punched it out and rutted it up. But now it's dried up, like everything's dried up. My road just looks perfectly good. Like, there's no bogs anymore and stuff. But should have done this a long time ago. See, I tuned her right up, guys, actually, is what I did. And how I did this, and it didn't take much for a clip. See, what I did here, guys, actually, to smooth this out, because it's just unbroken, it's terrible rough, and is I pulled a disc over it. And it was actually quite a hell of a project. Had to fix up the disc a bit and then bring it up here. Of course, I pulled the harrows behind, so I'll show you a clip of me doing that. You know, it took quite a lot of time. I ran over it quite a few times, and I had to go real slow because it's so rocky. Oh my god. Like, I have picked a tremendous shitload of rocks off the road, like, and every time I'd run over it, whole new batch of rocks to pick. I'm still picking rocks, but this will really smooth it out nice. Fills the ruts I created, levels the ground. The only thing is here now, I've worked it up, but I need to pack it down as it's real, like it's worked up and it's loose, eh? So I got to drive over it quite a few times, and that'll really smooth it out good. And there's a lot of places that are sandier and stay drier. There's places like here that hold the water if we yacht it, and they'll get rutted up again, and maybe I just disc over those spots that get bad, or maybe I fill them with gravel. But a lot of it will actually stay really good or a really long time after I disc it and smooth it up. So that was really easy to do. It was a lot of work, but it was a good project and something I probably should have done a long time ago. But that really helps me, being that it's such a long, like, it might be a world record, my driveway here all the way up here to the bush where I'm at. So that's just gonna make life so much easier for me, guys. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. And so much easier on my back too, and my trucks. Oh fuck, the amount of ball joint, all that poor stuff, tie rods, U-joints, everything that I wore down in this country Oh my god, I don't even want to know. Hasn't been too bad, but I sure hate all those bumps. Like, oh, it's terrible on equipment. But so I've had this truck like 4 years now, and when I first got it, jacked her up a couple inches. Don't know if I'd do that again, but in doing so I needed to get lift shocks, because I'd pop out the stock length shocks because they're not long enough once you lift her. So what I did, being cheap and a little bit inexperienced, I bought these shocks. They're called Rancho RS 5000X, and I'm not too impressed. This truck, she handles nice on the road, and not just for a second gen, like just because they're fucking terrible, but like for any, she holds the road good. You get out on the highway, she's good. Well, some things just have such a good reputation, you know you're on to something. And every single person, it seems like, it seems like every person you ask is gonna tell you something good about these Bilstein shocks, and I've known just by the reputation alone that this is exactly what I'm gonna put in there, and they're probably gonna be the best thing. Obviously, some people bullshit you. Some people have varied experiences, but when you hear the same thing over and over and over again, same thing happens. You start talking about 12 valve Cummins. You know, it's just a reputation. It's unbeatable. I'm confident these are gonna be good. Now, granted, these shocks are more than twice as much as them ones, and I guess they're German. I am so excited to put these shocks in. They cost me a penny. I know they're gonna last, and I waited until my road smooth up, because otherwise it just don't make any sense, because I would wreck. I certainly wouldn't do myself any favor driving these expensive shocks over the way I had that road before. So the rear ones are the easy part. Front ones, there's a lot more going on, but not too bad either. These old stubborn shock bolts are quite often not in an easy place, so I want to tune them up, so make it easier on myself. As far as I'm concerned, it's a lot easier for me to be doing this here than fighting that where it's at. So just quickly run the top over it, and then it just makes life so much easier. All these little bolts here. This is what 5 seconds does. Well, a little longer than that, surely to God. And then instead of fighting that the whole way, I just thread it in. It's quicker. Okay, so now we get into her, and I can't wait. Oh, I don't need my knife. Anyway. Rear shock. Yeah, we got Bilstein stickers. So we'll get them installed here and get on with it. Instead of fighting to align it with this one up here, we'll make it easier on ourselves, and because we gotta compress this one. So we'll just get this stuff out of the way, have our bolt ready to go. And these fresh shocks got take some force, and then generally the force of the shock trying to extend will push this in, but you have to be careful to get it, because if you don't, well, it's not too bad. And here, I sure love this. Time saved. Ready to go. You know, she's tight. These are beautiful looking shocks. I think spec's 100 foot-pounds. You don't want it too tight, it's the son of a bitch to get out of there. Okay guys, so the front ones are always a bigger prick, I find. Like, they have a tendency to want to get stuck in there, and you don't got much. So it take me much room to work, so it take me longer. But I got them all in there, and I'm so excited to take this for a rip and see how much better they are. I feel like I've been living life wrong this whole time, and so we'll get her going, and then also go on a bit of a trip tomorrow, and then I'll really be able to see how good they are. Just frying up some smokies outside here, and I gotta use this here thing because of the fire bans and such. Okay guys, so I'm just getting back here out on the town and whatever else. This here, these Bilstein shocks are definitely an improvement, a fair improvement too. I got so much more control. Like I lacked that feeling of stability there on the road with the ranchos. The braking, you could tell it's not great. And these ones, you know, life is smoother from here. My back is thanking me. I gotta remember too, like I may be, I don't know, I might have to cut a little bit out. I may be shitting on Rancho a little bit. Like I did drive over some rough shit and they are half the price. And so that's awesome. I'm glad to have them in there. You know, if there's anyone that needs a good shock, it's probably me. You know, drive through the middle of the bush and shit. And yeah, she's riding nice now, guys. Real pretty nice. You gotta remember though too, still no Cadillac, you know. It's still a 3/4 ton driving through the. It's not a well-designed suspension, but it's pretty damn good, and it's got tight front end, so you know you're doing pretty damn good for a second-gen Dodge. Be real honest with you here too, guys. Like I much rather figure out that shit's good. Well, obviously, and they bring me much more pleasure tell you what shit's good, and I've had good shit luck with shit. Okay. I wore the hell out of these. These are my old boots. I had to give them up. They got a little bit wore out on me. The sole is still on them. I cannot hardly believe that. You see here, but yeah, she's been pretty bad, and I wore them out so bad they're wore out that there's no padding. It was kind of beating the shit out of my feet, but the sole is still on them. Realistically, you still wear them. I've wore these longer than I've ever worn a set of boots ever. I think they were only $100 too. They were gifted to me. So I went back, I bought the same kind of Kodiak. Well, they're a little bit different, but Kodiak boots. These ones are steel toe. I like that. Like, as soon as I don't have steel toe, I realize how badly I need steel toe, because save my fucking toes all the time. But anyway, yeah. I like these Kodiak boots. They're not that expensive. These ones were $150. They're a little bit higher, and I got them in the mail, so that's right to my door. $150 Canadian. I think they're good bang for your buck. Based on, like, I wore the absolute shit out of them, and they really lasted good, so I'd recommend them probably. It's got to be pretty decent if I got to put it on the back window here. So these are also ARP, you know, it's decent. BDS is good reputation too. I've had a couple of things BDS been good. Power driven diesel, that's a good decent place to deal with. I bought quite a bit of stuff from them, and I have the AFC Live. They're good at these 12 valves. Here's one of my favorite sticker on this. It just says "fuck Trudeau" because this is the biggest asshat fuck goof in the country, and he's running the fucking thing too. Whole different category of my vocabulary comes out. Look at these guys, they're fucking crazy. They love to fly around here. It's awesome to see them so happy. They just rip. See here, I pretty well got all my rocks picked off the road. I picked some more on the way back in here today. And I got about that many more, so not very many. Doing it right here up in the bush. Oh yes, check out this here. It's pork roast, pretty cooked, I guess. It's already seasoned. Oh, the smell of this thing. So I'm just heating it up because it's frozen. Man, I'm looking. Oh, I wish you guys could smell that. Holy fuck, that's good. Well, another beauty day to roam around the bush, work on all my projects and shit. Nothing I love more to be busy here, work around. I really like doing everything in the bush too. You know, it's peaceful, it's quiet. It's my awesome place here. But, you know, something funny happens when you can totally, how do I say this? I can do whatever the fuck I want to. Any day, every day. Don't matter. I'm gonna do it. This is how I've got her set up here. Anything. You know what I do? Work at all these things. Stay productive. It's totally one of the most important things in life. Productivity. Overcoming tasks. Difficult. This is totally what I love to do. I'm busy all the time. I don't have to be. I fucking love it. I've been wanting to tell you about this. It don't bring me any pleasure. Same as the other thing. See, there is the antenna for my Wii Boost fucking thing. It's the best place for it is right there. Somehow it kind of catch the service here. There's no service on my roof. I couldn't believe when I put that video how many people thought I have a metal roof. It's shingle. So I put it there. And that's the best place. That thing, it works. It doesn't work well. That Wii Boost drives sleek. I'm not impressed terribly. It's okay. The problem is I've only had it a couple months, maybe. I already had to get a replacement antenna. Now I called them guys up and they did send me a new one and they were helpful, but it should not be break already. It's not good. Anyway, here's more exciting happy shit here. I don't know how many people have these. How many of my friends have these? Here in Sask, we have this berry. It's called Saskatoon berry. I'm just noticing them today. They're totally the best. Now they generally do good. It's not terrible. Like a little bit dry, they seem to do well. It's been a little bit too dry though, like really dry. You can see them here. I'm just noticing them today are really coming out. See, these are the good ones here. This is probably about the best berry you will ever eat. It's so good, but they don't last long. They're doing good here. You can see that's what that is over here, here. Some of these are like withered up and dead, and I actually realized I got a hell of a lot in my backyard too. We got lots here. They're so good, so I'm going to eat them here. Just had dinner, so this is dessert. They're everywhere. One thing is, the bears are damn hard on them. They totally shred the whole fucking thing to get to them. Like totally tear the branches down and rip them to shreds. So being that these ones are on this side of my fence, they might really thrive here, especially right here. So good, but they don't last worth a shit, so gotta eat them all here. Garden this year, that would have been a fucking pain in the ass. Look how dry it is. Okay, so I try and kill two birds with one stone here when I dump off these rocks, because these are places that might need rock. You would not believe how much different this looks. This is just bog. A couple months ago, you couldn't even get a quad across here. You'd absolutely sink her, but it's dried right up. But anyway, same as this other spot I filled with rocks I pick off my road here. You can see it. It was just a bog, but now it's totally dry. So, but I don't have any better place to put them. Some of these then right here. So we'll fill this up and then that'll be convenient. Like even just to get a quad. If you wanted to, this is my winter road. Go across the water if that ever dry up. But if that dry up, this will definitely be dry. But good place to have it. And then you could put some gravel over top if need be and stuff. That's real good there, guys. It's kind of nice to nail two birds with one stone. That's pretty well will hold me there. Like those big rocks really carry you. So I figure might as well. See, this is a drainage kind of too. You want to stay away from shit look like this here. But it's totally dry up. Well, guys, it's sure good to get all that done. You know, get all them rocks picked and whatnot. You know, they're never easier to pick. You know, I turned them up, they're all loose. Every time I went by it though, there was just as many rocks as there was, you know, after I come through and pick them, because I keep turning over more. So no, that's real good to have my road tuned up like that. Get all those rocks out of there, otherwise they're a bump every time. So get them out of the road. Got pretty well all of it. I still got places that are so rocky with really big rocks in the ground. I'm not gonna dig them. And I got like those bogs I had, they've just dried right up now. So I disc them up and get them straightened up, but they're still not that great. It was hard to get them smooth. Some I run over 6 times, but Them places need gravel on them, but they're fine for now. So that's so good. You know, every time it saved me so much money doing that. Not having a, it's not so hard on front end parts, and time is the big one. And can do more now. You'll see what happens next now that I got this road tuned up. Is right on, guys. So check out what I do over here. Getting a little tired out here. I'm building a transport thing for chickens, and it's to transport chickens because I need to transport chickens. Fucking great explanation, hey? Anyway, I just trying to burn up some of the shittiest materials I got. This is concrete plywood. I don't know how the hell it got here. My skill saw needs a sharp end, so I thought I'd send it through there first. Building it up here. It's pretty big, about 4 foot by 4 foot, and this is the height, 17 inches for chickens, and it's gonna fit nice right into the back of my truck. And I'm just doing this quick with some cheap materials I have around here, and it should be really nice to have. But I'll show you how it's going here in a sec. Okay, so here is the top of this, and I'll just line it up here and nail it in all the way around, and that'll be pretty damn good. Then we got to figure out how we put a lid in there. Don't want the whole thing to be a lid, or you just have a hell of a time get chicken in there, so have to kind of box something off there, you guys. So this here is gonna be where my door goes, is right here. I got this pretty snug. It's not great angle nailing this, but you know, it's all plenty good enough for what we're doing. It was just very simple, and it's very light, so that's good. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a door here, that way it's not too big. This might even still be pretty big. I don't want shit escaping as I'm doing this, but load it into the back of the truck, and then you load the chickens in there. Oh, I had this piece of scrap I ripped off a 2x8 or something, so I just made this door quick, and that's gonna lift up, and I imagine it'll lift up this way. Let it hang back there, and then you can put chicken. And now what I've done here, see, this is really good and light. I'll probably put a handle on this here and then lift it onto my truck. It should slide up there pretty good. What I'm gonna do here, so it's good ventilation, keep it light, use up what I already have there, is the hardware cloth used for my chicken tractor. Now that's in a 3-foot roll. So what I'll do here is come exactly half the way around, because I cut these 17 inches. So now I'm going to cut a 36-inch piece, 3 foot in half, and 18, have half an inch on the top and on the bottom to nail it so there's no gap there. So I'll do it half in one piece. What I'll end up doing is I'll end up cutting an 8-foot piece, cut it in half, and then it'll go all the way around the 16-foot perimeter of this. And that'll work damn good. That's nice shit. Okay guys, it's so windy, it's really gonna be hard on my video, but I just put those couples easy hinges. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have much money in this thing. It's turned out really good. You know, it's just a very simple, easy project. What I'm gonna do here is put this handle right in the center here. Now I can very easily lift this thing. It's not heavy at all. And what I'll do, that way I don't have to, this stuff is a little bit sharp on the edges. I should be able to very easily lift that onto the, you know, get it started on the tailgate of my truck and get it on there. Should work really pretty good, but that's gonna work just so good. And I just burned up shitty materials and stuff I already had, so that's awesome. Well guys, it's literally so windy outside I had to come inside, so it wasn't so bad, but yeah, that turned out real good, it worked real good. But yeah, no, that's a fun video to make, and I'm excited to do the things we did, you know, smooth out that road. It's still, every time I drive over it get better, because it needs to be packed down and stuff, so, you know, that'll get better. We got a shot of rain, not much. That'll probably help too, pack it down, but then my shocks, so that's great. Now it rides so much smoother and save me so much time. Big thing is with the road there, but anyway, I bought something cool there quite a while ago, and I've been meaning to get it in here for a minute, but I didn't. Same thing with my new shocks. I didn't want to put them in before the road, so that'll probably be my next video. So show you guys that, and hope you guys enjoyed that and this one and all the ones. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope everyone's doing just great.